Hi everyone, my name's Cassandra and welcome to Cadence Cloth. So I know I haven't really been around much, I haven't posted any videos, and that's mostly because I haven't had time. And a couple of things that have happened in my life, in case you were wondering. I got a new job and it's really busy and it's kind of far, so commuting takes a long time, and also on top of that I have been planning my wedding. I got engaged in October and it has just been a whirlwind, and I finally have like time to breathe. My hours have gone down and we've kind of figured out all the stuff for the wedding, and we've already had our engagement party, which brings me to why I'm making this video. We were engaged October 19th, 2014. If you want to see that video, you can go see the link in the description. He videotaped it all, so it's kind of awesome. About a month later, we had our engagement party. So we decided that we wanted to celebrate with all our family and friends, kind of have them over, just because there's all that congratulations and all that stuff happening, but it's nice to just have everybody in one place just to talk and to kind of have some relaxed times eating and talking about the wedding, you know, any of the questions that people have, or, you know, wanting to see a ring and stuff like that, which, by the way, here it is in case you were wondering. I thought I'd just make a quick video of some DIY decor that you can do for your own engagement party or any kind of party, just for fun and just to completely change up the space, because when you have a party, it's like you want it to feel like a party. You don't want it to feel like you're just coming over to my house to hang out. I thought that I would share with you how I achieved that in my engagement party. So the first thing you need to do when you are decorating your space for a party is decide where everything is going to go and decide on how many people are going to be there. So you need to know how many chairs you need, how many tables you need, and where they all need to be set up. Because before you do any decorating, you need to know where everything is going to be. If you decided how many people are going to be there and where everything's going to be, you need to decide on a color palette. A color palette is just going to keep everything sort of in the space and feel comfortable instead of it being kind of all over the place. So be careful with shades to make sure everything is congruent with the space. For me, I decided to go with blue, gold, black, and white, because those are the colors that I am going with for my wedding. If you haven't decided on a color palette for your wedding, that's okay. You can just do a temporary color palette for now and then pick something else later. It's not permanent. It doesn't mean that you have to keep everything in the same color palette or space or whatever. It's your wedding, you do what you want. But for me, it just worked out. Once you have all of your colors picked out, you can start buying tablecloths and plates and cutlery. I went with all disposable stuff so that it would be easier for cleanup later. Once all my tableware was chosen and bought, I decided to start decorating. So for me, that meant all of the difficult stuff first. All the stuff that's going on the walls, I decided to put up first. So I needed to cover up a good chunk of the basement because there is some messy stuff that I didn't want everybody seeing, or, you know, the eyesores. I picked up a bunch of curtains from my closest IKEA, and they're pretty cheap. For 2 panels of curtains, it was about $5. I think I did 6 packages of the blue and I think maybe 4 of the white. I can't remember, but it was probably about $30 to $60 just for the curtains. However, I am using those later for decor for the wedding. I decided to put up command hooks, which I promise you will be one of the best decisions you make, because it's so temporary but they're very strong. So you can just take them off later and it's no problem. Command hooks are the greatest solution. So for the curtains, I just put command hooks evenly spaced across the wall, and then I cut tiny little holes in the very tops and just evenly spaced everything and made sure that it looked even. That's the most important part, because it can look even up close, but when you go far away, it might not be. So just always constantly check, go close and then far away, close and far away, and make sure that everything just looks spaced properly. This can also be used as a really nice backdrop for pictures or whatever, just something to cover up a wall that you don't want to see. For the wall behind the tables, the food tables, I decided just to use streamers. I didn't want to completely cover everything because that would have been a lot of work. I decided with the streamers that I was going to put a string across the wall using command hooks, just tie one end to one end and one to the other, and then I tied like one huge length of streamer to it so that it was just across the entire wall, and then it just looked streamlined and nice. And that way it still looked good, but there was I wasn't overexerting myself. I did this on 2 walls, and in the middle I just used the poofs that you see here. I just hung them from the ceiling with command hooks. The lanterns that you see here are from Target. They were really cheap. I think they were about $2 each. And the poofs were probably about 50 cents each. I made them myself. If you'd like to know how to make these, you can find so many tutorials on how to make these online. I'm not going to waste my time making a tutorial about this because there are so many great ones on the internet already. You don't need another one. Just find one of the ones that are already out there, and I'm sure it'll be way easier than my tutorial anyways. I mostly just wanted them over the cake, where the cake area was, because my mom ordered this really great cake and we wanted to kind of showcase it. So, and then I put a couple on the way to the bathroom, just so everything was kind of flowing properly, because I didn't want there to be all this decor in one area and then nothing on the way to the bathroom. So I just put some over top of the entrance to the bathroom, and that was it. So the one thing that I was really excited about was the corner table, and that was where we just kind of put a bunch of pictures of us. We had this like book that I made for him for Valentine's Day previously, and it was just like pictures from like the last 7 years of us being together, and it was kind of nice just to kind of share that with my family after we had got engaged, so people could kind of share in what we had experienced in our relationship and kind of just see everything. So that was kind of nice. And then this banner that I got from Target, that was really cheap. I think it was probably another $2. And it matched with all of our decor. And then I just wrote "sign here" in, I put gold paint and then stuck all the glitter onto it, and then just, you don't really need to use glue, you can use paint. That's something that I kind of learned from this, is that paint is fine, especially because I wanted it to still be gold underneath. So the paint was great. And then underneath, people were able to sign an address book that I had bought, and they could put their names and their addresses, which is awesome. Later you're going to want to save the dates. You're going to need to send thank you cards if people give you gifts. Also, when people do bring gifts, you can kind of set them up around this little table. I actually had a separate table for gifts just because I had also gifts to give other people. So there you have it, a little insight onto my engagement party and some tips and tricks onto how you can throw your own. And I know it's kind of overwhelming when you get engaged because a lot of people are asking you a lot of questions. Just don't get overwhelmed. Just realize that they care about you and they love you. And if you don't let it stress you out, it can be a fun experience. So just take your time with it, have fun, do what you love, and it's all about you. It's all about what you want. Don't forget that. Don't lose sight of what you want for your day and for you and your future husband. Again, thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, to comment if you have any questions or requests, and to like this video. Thank you guys so much. Have a good day.